What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. And guys, I think we are ready to pop, if not already popping on some of these major cryptocurrencies, which means if you haven't gotten into them just yet, you might want to stick around and watch the video to the end because there might be opportunities you don't want to miss out on, specifically with Solana kind of leading the way right now. We'll see in a couple of hours if that's true, but we also have to look at XRP, which is pretty much kind of floating around right now in the middle of its bull flag here. Ethereum doing the same thing, slowly starting to break outside of its very tiny bull flag formation here. We have Bitcoin kind of rebounding off its bottom, ascending, broadening wedges here. And then we also have to look at the S&P 500. So there's a lot of important things to go over in today's video, a lot of interesting things to discuss, especially when I focus in on Solana here, as we are getting dangerously close to pretty much confirming this breach. There's a very good chance this could be the breach that we've been waiting for. It's the first time in a very long time we broke through this downtrend here, which means it's time to kind of take that risk here, take that leap of faith, and get into the market, which we're going to do probably right after this video. More so you can see this is a big opportunity here, breaking through this downtrend. That's very exciting. Now the goal is to close here on the daily for those conservative traders. But for those that aren't or want to play it a little more aggressive, 4-hour looks pretty much keen that we broke through it. So I'm excited to see where this takes us in the next couple of days, because it's almost like today is the day. But with that being said, we're also going to be talking about HydraChain in a minute, so stay tuned for that. For those that don't know, HydraChain is solving the total supply problem. Hydra is an open source proof of stake blockchain with a unique set of economic features. Now, let me go into that in a little bit more in just a second here, but the main focus on today's video is pretty much gauging how high this breakout is going to go and when exactly this breakout is going to come, and if it's already happened. So with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump right into today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, with a history spanning around 2 years, the HydraChain is a proof of stake layer 1 blockchain utilizing a hybrid UTXO to EVM model. They even have a staking program that offers over 34% APY. So what exactly is HydraChain? It's committed to revolutionizing decentralized finance. And what's cool is Hydra integrates proven technology from open source projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even Qtum. The ecosystem boasts projects such as Locktrip, GoMeet, and ChainJex, essential infrastructures like native mobile and browser wallets, DEX, and bridges even with Ethereum. The way Hydra stands out from the crowd is due to its distinctive set of economic features that blend both inflationary and deflationary mechanisms. This dual strategy effectively addresses the supply problem by tying the overall supply to actual adoption levels. One of Hydra's standout features is its robust staking economy, which empowers individuals to easily become full nodes with just a few clicks. This participation offers participants substantial economic rewards through block incentives. Hydra even has an app on both the Apple Store and Play Store, and as you can see, Hydra has built a user-friendly, secured, and feature-rich wallet. It's packed with a long list of cool features and also supports encryption through biometrics that makes it on par even with the top wallets in the industry. You can also purchase Hydra, send and receive assets, and even swap all from the palm of your hand. Recently, just this December, Hydra introduced Lydra to Hydra liquidity pool on the Hydra DEX with a compelling opportunity for users. Launched with a price ratio of 1 Lydra equal to 0.3 Hydra, users can explore a unique avenue for staking. Lydra, an abbreviation for Liquid Hydra, serves as a protocol-issued liquid staking derivative native to the blockchain. Maintaining a 1-to-1 ratio with Hydra, Lydra enables users to stake Hydra passively while ensuring liquidity. The kicker is staking Hydra tokens on the platform currently yields around 34% APY, as I said before, and Lydra can be minted by staking Hydra or purchasing it on the DEX. By repeating the process of staking and acquiring Hydra tokens multiple times, users can theoretically strategically boost their APY up to 50%. Furthermore, Hydra has also just announced details on HydraChain, an upcoming protocol upgrade that aims to propel Hydra into a top 100 cryptocurrency project. And according to Hydra's team, HydraChain will implement impactful technical and economic innovations to ignite this growth. A major goal stated for HydraChain is helping resolve the blockchain trilemma, the difficulty of balancing decentralization, security, and even scalability. And through its new HydraChain engine built on proven Polygon technology, Hydra believes it can enable substantially higher transaction throughput without sacrificing decentralization per its claims, as well as change the blockchain fundamentally. This aims to make Hydra more capable of supporting high-demand decentralized apps. Specifically, Hydra is even targeting the ability to eventually support upwards of 2,000 transactions per second. And this could provide a sizable scalability boost over congested alternatives if achieved. If HydraChain can deliver substantial technological improvements and user benefits as envisioned, it could be a watershed moment for unlocking Hydra's next evolution and path to promise. But ultimately, only demonstrated capabilities, adoption, and impact will determine if Hydra's hopes actually materialize. And lastly, to really show that Hydra is here to stay, they even have a DAO discussion, and this is how Hydra is able to make important decisions, all with the community at its core. And speaking of community, they even have a Telegram group with around 5,000 people, which I also link down below, and you should definitely check out. So guys, 2024 sure does look good for the cryptocurrency market, and if HydraChain can keep on its promises, we could likely see some big things happen. Now, with that being said, make sure to join Hydra's community and make sure to check out their socials down in the description below. Otherwise, huge shout out to Hydra for sponsoring today's episode, and let's get back into the technical analysis. So now that you know all about HydraChain, it is time to dive right into today's video. As you guys know, we made a video yesterday basically warning everyone that XRP, Ripple, and Solana holders, this could be the last call to hop on the train before we start to depart, specifically because we're coming to the end of a massive bull flag formation here that has been taking quite a long time to finish up. And I'm going to show you exactly more about that in a second with you here. But we've been pretty much tracking this for many days now, honestly, many weeks, to be honest. And we're pretty much coming to the end, not only on, Solana, but also XRP2, which we've drawn clear as day in the previous videos here. You can see also the XRP flag forming, filling in this gap here. This one is specifically Solana, but we pretty much are completing it, getting very close to breaking through that top price ceiling, which would confirm a swing to the upside here. Now, more so, moving over to the current coin market cap, quick refresh reveals that the global crypto market cap is down 0.47. As you guys know, we've been building pressure, building up steam for a potential pop in the market here. As you know, typically cryptocurrency is not known for being non-volatile. Crypto is extremely volatile. It's one of the most extremely volatile, investment opportunities out there here. So when we see it not moving, it's typically a red flag for something big is going to come. The suppression typically causes markets to build steam, and then we pop. And you can see we've been doing exactly that. I mean, we're going on 4 or 5 days now of just flatlined out movement on Bitcoin and Ethereum here. BNB not so much, Solana ever so slightly, XRP, Cardano, AVAX, Doge, lots of these cryptos, Polkadot, are just seeing this flatline movement. Ones that are more heavily tied with Bitcoin, seem to be having this kind of flatlined out approach in the market here. And these typically result in big pumps to the upside here. That is if we're entering that bull market that we're hopefully especially waiting for. Now, to focus in on XRP first, then we'll go over Solana, the coin that I think is going to pump. But you can see here to start, XRP is pretty much at its final suit, filling in the gaps on its beautiful bull flag formation. Unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's taken a long time, and that, gets pretty boring. 73 days now, to be exact here. But fortunately, with the size and the stature of this beautiful bull flag formation, this typically doesn't end in a very tiny little pop. It's usually a pretty substantial rally to the upside here. As you know, we've been kind of tracking short term what exactly is going on right here at the end. You can see we did bottom off recently. Volume has steadily declined. And so as the RSI pretty much flatlined out, especially the past like 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, past 5 days, we haven't been doing much but trading sideways here. And it's very possible we can continue that too. Now, I've slightly tweaked these charts in the past here to kind of make do with this bottom support. We originally had just the bottom up a little bit like this, and we've slowly scaled it down. It's not the most accurate on the bottom support. Downtrend is definitely pretty rock solid here, and we are starting to dip below this support, but it's not enough for me to say, oh, time to short. Like we're pretty much floating right in the middle of this bull flag, which could be signs of pretty much either direction to go. Now, we're nowhere near top resistance for us to be buying in and longing to the upside, nor are we near bottom support to buy in and short. Now, obviously, if you want to play this more aggressive, you could take advantage of us seeing a small, movement in either direction here. It's not going to be the biggest, pump or jump, but there will be one nonetheless, either at most 5.7 or 5.5, up or down regardless. But we are kind of stagnant in the middle here. But my main focus isn't on XRP, although I do believe XRP will follow. It's just not ready yet to see that burst. But when it does, all the cryptos will kind of be doing it at the same time. My main focus right now is on Solana, and for good reason. As you guys know, looking at Solana on its 4-hour charts here, not only are we in an uptrend, check it out. We've been in an uptrend on Solana for many days now, since October of 2023. We've been using this yellow as a means of support consistently to bounce off and off and off and off. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So the likelihood we see something similar using that as a means of support is very high. And as you guys can see, we are starting to use that. Zooming in, moving forward, we had a bounce off it in December multiple times. Here we are in January, and it's consistent here. So we rallied up very high, kind of got skewed away from moving average as well as that uptrend here. Well, we did come back to it naturally, very smoothly in the form of a bull flag on Solana, which typically is a bullish scenario here, especially since we've been kind of hugging this bottom. We're actually forming some sort of symmetrical triangle at the same time. You can see here the lower highs with the lower lows is a consistent play on a bull flag here. And typically it ends up breaching or breaking at the end bullishly. And you can see here as we slowly start to scale over, pressure is building. You can see the top resistance here. We're getting lower and lower and lower. We're getting higher and higher and higher. And at some point, we're going to make a decision here whether we break up or down. You can see volume is also skewed lower as well. So as you can see, it's almost like we had that result, which we're getting at here. The fact that we're starting to trade outside of this now is a huge opportunity. As you can see in the past, we have not been able on the 4-hour to close a candle above there. We tempted it. We dumped, and now we're back up above it. So there's a chance that this could be the momentum needed to continue upwards here. Maybe this was the confirmation. It is risky. It is definitely more on a moderate to aggressive trade because this is the 4-hour charts. That screams risky. That's what you guys have to take away, but it is an opportunity to get in. However, when you jump to the daily, things get a bit more calming. You can see here with this uptrend here, how beautiful and slow and conservative and easy this has been to track. But guess what? We're now filling this gap. And here you can see the bull flag just like this. We're now starting to trade above this major downtrend, which would be a sign that we're going to start to head up. Whether that high or just naturally move up like this, up in that direction nonetheless here. That's the focus. So if we can close above here, maybe we don't explode because there's a chance we could miss out on a big run. But if we can close nicely, granted we have 10.5 hours left for this candle here. If we can close right around where we are today, then we could expect to see a pretty solid reversal or swing to the upside here, continued correction here. So if you want to get in more aggressive, putting that stop loss up, that's the opportunity as of this morning on the 4-hour. If you want to play it conservatively, I'm going to wait for tonight to close. But we'll put out 2 trades just to see what exactly is going on here. But I'm excited to see the results of these cryptos. Obviously, anything can happen, but just that's what I'm thinking of. As for Ethereum, it's a bit harder to judge here. We've had a very tiny bull flag forming. Very tiny one at that. Major downtrend was broken. Kind of a small little run to the upside here, but nothing I'd want to throw my money into. You can see we are still floating upwards here. And if we extend this out, this might give us a little bit more of a look. Like it shows kind of the freedom to move where Ethereum's moving to, but it doesn't scream opportunity yet. So it's mainly Solana That's my biggest focus, as well as Bitcoin. And I'll explain more why Bitcoin is it in a second. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin is forming an ascending broadening wedge. It's kind of like this pinball of extension here, where we're pinballing off top and bottom, creating these kind of wacky rapid movements here, but it's pretty predictable nonetheless. When we head up, when we head down, so on and so forth, it kind of looks like this. And you can see here, it usually starts off small and ends with these big volume candles here, which we've started to see. Major crash, very easy short opportunity. Now we've kind of bottomed off on a support that we've drawn. The thought is we're going to head up. That's literally it. We'll see if that's the direction it takes. As you can see, it doesn't just happen. It does take a bit of consolidation. But typically, we could see that movement to the upside here. So we're on a rocky territory, but we are floating at 50 on the RSI. So there is that big possibility of extension. It's definitely there, but you can see we are starting to consolidate at the top. So I do believe we're going to head up higher. We are nearing overbought on the weekly, so it's possible for a dip as well. But we need to see how this decides to pan out. So my main priority, though, is on Solana. Not a lot of the other cryptocurrencies are screaming opportunity yet to buy into. It would be definitely on more of the risk side of things here, but the markets overall look really good. The S&P also shows signs of potential correction here as we're filling in an ascending, or the start of an ascending broadening wedge. We could see more of a slump to the downside too, just more consolidation, lowering ourselves from, what was 165 maybe back down to 50 here, consolidating a bit lower. That's pretty much the thought that I have in mind for these cryptocurrencies. So we are up in the air, but we do look really good. There's a lot of technical indicators we've drawn. We're starting to complete them, and that's a really good sign for the markets overall. But with that being said, huge shout out once again to HydraChain for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.